Yo,
Yo, you hear
how
me
we
good?
doing, my boy? Yes, sir.
Lovely.
Should find. I want to put these shades on. I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling the vibe, but can't find them. I thought they
Did
were
you
in
say
here.
shades?
I did. Oh, now I'm jealous. This is BS. Envious, rather.
Hey, bro, if you like these like Ray-Ban styles, you can get like a two-pack for $16 on Amazon.
It's fire. How you doing today, brother?
Not gonna lie, I did just wake up. That's how I like
It'd be
had
like
one of
that.
those just sit in bed sessions around. I think I woke up at 8:30,
Be like
where you
that.
kind of doze off into sleep, but you're just thinking. I don't know.
I feel you. Yeah, I just I got my notes here. These are my 3 lessons. I just cooked. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. These are good lessons. These
Really?
these
I
are
mean,
these are
it's a month's time translating.
these are and these ones have been like ones I've really been like this last one has one that's literally been like it's business is a spiritual game, right? It's that one last, but that one is a play on business as a masculine game. It's an evolution to
Oh
that one.
yeah,
So it's
bro, I
more
love that
it's
video. Your
talking about
dad's
more of that.
advice.
Yeah, that bro. Yeah, that's I want to talk more about that in like my journey of with business more over the month. Like I think that's a really good. Yo, shit, I'm hyped, dude. I'm hyped for this. I'm hyped for this, dude, for sure. But dog, bro, 393.
Who? Oh my gosh, 393? I'm at 183.
See, let's
And guess
go.
what, bro? I just like before I joined the call, just responded to 7 new comments.
I woke up and had like four, I think, this morning. And I had 2 new people, and one guy commented on 2 videos. I was like, oh,
It's insane.
oh, oh, oh. That thing is hype, bro.
I
Yeah,
gotta
bro,
give
it's
one guy
it's
a
lit.
he asked for the document I was yapping on. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that real quick.
get that. Yeah, it's so, bro. I was literally, I was actually just watching this video on why YouTube is the best to get clients. And it was a guy whose YouTube channel is like helping like business, like helping entrepreneurs get clients through YouTube.
Hmm.
I think his channel, it was like, it was his channel was like his name funnels. So I was like, oh, okay, this is what this guy does. I'm about to check this guy out, download his content into my brain. But bro, I genuinely really do believe that like YouTube has like a really big advantage over the other platforms. One, because you can really like you can like make that more long form content, which allows people to like spend more time with you. It's like that Dunbar's number. Remember I told
Like
you
you
that
said,
before?
yes, just
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna talk
warming
about
up
that
the
again.
client and like building the relationship. And if they're basically
Exactly.
closer to you, they're just bam, like right, they're gonna be a client basically. Yeah.
Exactly. Like so basically in psychology, like we basically can only have like 150 like people,
Mm.
brands, organizations, like these such like these things can like we can only have 150 like floating in our head at once, like coming to the top, like things we actually like recognize or remember or think about on the day to day, right? And so like these things will be consistent for you usually. And so that would be like the YouTubers you watch consistently, or like your parents or your friends or whatever. But or like the brands you like to wear. Like I like to wear um, I was gonna try to say something I'm wearing. This is just a hat I like to wear. This is a Lao Mom shirt, which isn't a big brand, but shout out Lao Mom. You know what I mean? This is exclusive.
Exclusive.
This is low key exclusive. I'm not gonna lie. um, but it's like it allows you to like figure out where your people are and allows you to like hit on those people with long form content that allows them to like connect with you and like, okay. I get behind this person. I feel this person. All right, that's cool. I know that. And once you have that, once people have that like connection with you, they resonate with your story, they resonate with your message, and they've like spent enough time with you, which in the Dunbar's number case, so like to become part of someone's 150, right? It would typically take 11 occurrences or like 7 hours spent together. And before, before we had the power of the internet, that would be a lot harder to
in
do.
person.
You'd have to see a lot of people in person, a lot of door to door, people like coming to your business trying to buy, or seeing you in shop often, stuff like that. You going out, but now that we have the internet and we have content, like people can find a new YouTuber and people can watch 10 hours of their content in a week and then buy from them, which is literally what happened with me.
Jeremy, literally like 10 hours.
Like literally that's what happened. This guy found my videos and watched 13 of them. Did you hear what I just said? 13
13.
on the first day. Um
Sheesh.
and so like the internet gives us this leverage that allows us to like form these connections that allow us to get close to these people. And the thing is like we form these connections and when people leave comments, that's like the solidifying of the connection. You gotta execute on that. You have to go for the kill. Like I say go for the kill. You really like that's what it is, bro. Because like there's a guy named Jack Conte. He's the maker of Patreon. Um
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's the CEO of Patreon. And he's like that guy, bro. I recently found him out because like he started a new YouTube channel where he interviews other creators, other YouTubers. He did like a video with Casey Neistat, which is how I found his stuff. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? And he's like CEO of Patreon. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy is someone. But this dude is literally like an artist. Like he was a musician, and this guy came up being a musician. Like he got his break because of YouTube. He found his people. He got his financial freedom because of YouTube. And then he built Patreon because he was like, yo, I want to help other creatives like reach like do what I love. Help their fans, help the people that want to support them as best as they can. He literally helped his previous self. Business is a spiritual game. We're gonna talk about that later. But like when we like can connect with these people and we can get in front of them when we have this leverage, we can get in front of them, we can build these connections, and that allows us to like execute on that sale, get that like fast connection and that fast execution, and it actually is doable for anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not like anybody is really doing anything special out here. All you have to do is know what to do and then do it.
And obviously, we are like, as far as both of us, like, we're getting into the nitty gritty, improving our craft, improving your school, such and such. But anybody can do it realistically. We're just a couple steps ahead, as Gary would say.
Bro, 100%, dude. Like, bro, like I literally, bro, when I made my first dollar, right? Like when I got my first sale online, um, and just so y'all know, that wasn't my first dollar in business, all right? That was my first sale online, okay? I just want y'all to know. I was already playing the game a little bit. But um I I was like, bro, I'm just staring at myself in the bathroom, right? Anybody can do this. Like I'm not doing anything special right now. I made a product because I had something that I know I can do. I know I can help people with this problem. I make videos about what I would have liked to know 6 months ago, 12 months ago. People resonated with those videos. They watched enough of them. God damn it. I built community through my comments, and then I pitched them in there, and they bought it. And now we're here, gang. It's like, bro, anybody can do this. And the thing is, you don't even need to pitch in comments. You don't even need to do that. But to start out, you should.
Mm-hmm. It's
Seriously,
insane.
dog. It really is.
We're both like, it's crazy. Like, this is the last day of the month. And we're both just like, if you look at the months, it's just been Well, for me, it was like this. This is you, right? Whoa, whoa,
Yo,
whoa.
I started this
Me?
month. You know what's interesting?
Oh,
I was
it's the end of the month. Last week, I
nah, word,
swear.
because you started popping in the last week, man. It's been lit. It's been crazy. I'm hyped, bro. I'm hyped for you.
I've gotten obsessed.
Yes,
I'm pushing
sir.
every day.
The mindset's there. But damn, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, this morning. So I started writing my newsletter. Um, and I got like about maybe a third of it done. And so I'm
Hmm.
gonna start doing them every Tuesday. I think I like doing them for the. I don't like having them. I like starting
Every
them on
day.
the weekend because I like going through my
Oh,
week and then kind of seeing. But I don't really like doing
I like
because
that idea
I like
because you
doing them
change every
long.
day.
Yeah, I like doing them like I like having long newsletters, and it's dude, writing for more than 2 hours, dog, that shit is hard. That shit is hard,
The
bro. So like I'd be like, my brain is cooked. I can't write
yeah, I
anymore.
think it's a momentum thing as far as like introspection and
That's
critically
also true
thinking.
as well. That's also true as well. I think I just get to a point where it's like I kind of just don't got it. So I'm gonna just wait. So I'm gonna take like a couple days to write the newsletter. I think I think I like that better. Um, but this morning when I was writing it, this is actually how I got the first one. You want to just go into the first one?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So let's do that. So I saw that I started this month at 115 subs, right?
Sheesh.
June 1st, and that was also the day I launched DRC, right? Um, and I was like, wow, this is insane, bro. And I was I started writing the newsletter and it was kind of just like the title is this is the title. You can change your life in 30 days. Here's how I did.
Hmm.
And the first line is on June 1st, 2024, I launched my fourth attempt at a school community in the last 5 months. So this is like the story of how I got to where I'm at now. Kind of like starting since December, which is when I first started to try to like get into business really. Um, and a key point of this, which is where we're going to start with the first lesson, is number one, if you need an external push, then you're losing yourself to self doubt.
That sounds oddly familiar.
Hmm. Wonder why that is. Bro, I wanted to get the screenshot of your comment
Hmm.
um for the newsletter to put it in there. And I seen that and I was like,
It's profound.
and I'm just reflecting on where I'm at now. And I saw this video the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and I didn't even watch the video. I only saw the title and the thumbnail, but it was basically something about like you need to let go in order to receive abundance. And like I instantly was like, that's literally like what's happened to me. It was like, bro, as soon as I let go of like the anchors of my past, as soon as I let go of the trauma and what I was still holding on to.
Holy crap.
And
Yeah.
I just like, dude, it's like this is literally my philosophy. Once you
You know what it
unlock,
is? It's like a slingshot.
it
And brother, you're
flows.
just walking through life, holding on, and then, you
It's
know,
great. Yeah, bro. Um, and so I had like this was like the core lesson. Internal anchors keep us from abundance. And so it's like, bro,
blocks.
like
It's literally all the blocks you talk about in your block video. Those are
literally,
the anchors.
those are the anchors, man. Those are the anchors. It's the blocks, it's the self-doubt, it's the limiting beliefs, it's the ego. It's all of that, man. And it's tough because most of us aren't even aware. And it's hard because man, finding
It's
that
because
awareness,
it's become familiar. It is
it's
baseline.
so familiar.
That's literally
Yeah,
what like the video I'm gonna be making on. I've told you about it, but we've forgotten how to live. We don't know what's on the other side. We don't know what life actually is when we give up the substance, the addiction, whatever. Like
word.
it's gonna be. I have to. That may be like a over a month's time video I make.
Mm.
Honestly, because I remember back in March, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be making a movie every single month. I don't think I've been true to that for May and June, to be honest. But I want to do that, and that's going to be like a keystone of the channel. I feel like that's going to be a lot of eyes because of how much work and refinement I'm going to be putting into that. So
True.
we shall
I'm hyped
see.
for it, dog. Let's
I
go.
was not expecting, like, uh, I believe it was if you're willing. Yeah, if you're willing to change your life. That video. It's at 1.4. That's what I woke
Holy,
up to.
what
I
the
was not expecting
fuck?
that.
Holy
It was at
shit.
like 9:50 last night.
Damn, bro, my
And now the vlog is up 250. And now I don't know,
oh,
man.
let's
It's just like every day.
go. Let's how many days ago did you post if you're willing?
It was on 27th. The 27th.
Okay, so 3 days ago. Did it
Yeah.
did it pop the first day? Like within 24 hours was it at 100 views?
Good question. 20 within 24 hours, yes, it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
I'm
That's good
let
rate
me
because
see.
I found that like
It was at, yeah,
go ahead.
250 within the first
Within
day.
24? Sheesh.
Yes.
Sheesh.
256.
I'm
Sheesh.
not gonna lie, bro. That's really good
Wait.
rate, bro.
Oh,
Because
the
dude,
thing is just,
besides I made my first $16 online, all of my videos that have popped have have popped within after the second like on the second day. So within
oh, yeah.
48 hours of upload, that's when the video takes off for me.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
when I noticed too as
besides
well, as far as like
besides
the
this
full.
one, besides this most recent one, which I made my first $48 with 300 subs.
Mhm.
This one's at it's about to be at 800 now, I think, which is why
She
I've gotten to
lovely,
I went to
lovely,
bed, bro. So let me tell you
lovely.
actually. So I have a so I was shooting the event the other day. I was sitting down taking a break, and I like had like I was recording. And I hit a little clip, and it's just me. I'm like, yo, I've been sitting here refreshing all day trying to hit 350 like I told you, 349, 349. Okay, so I do break 350 that night. I go to bed that night. I think I'm at like
360.
359. I think it was something like that. It was nah. It wasn't that many. It wasn't that many. It was I think it was 355 or something. It was somewhere around there. The next night I go to bed, it's 365, right? Okay. Now I wake up, it's 393. And when I went to bed last night, it was like 370. It's crazy, dog. I'm not gonna lie. I was like when I went to bed when I was looking at my studio last night, I was like I might fuck around and wake up and be at 400.
Not far off.
Not far off. Definitely not. I was like, I woke up and I was like, well, close. No cap. Yeah,
The
bro.
best part is like we know we're giving value. The likes to dislike ratios reflect that. Like
Yo, wait, you wanna know what's
106
funny?
likes at
Holy
97%. 106 likes,
shit.
3 dislikes, 19 comments. Of course, I'm responding to every one of them, but
Let's go. Of course. Bro, you wanna know what's so funny? On small YouTuber is easier than ever. Okay, so you remember when I was telling you about the guy that left the comments about me not making videos every day?
oh yeah.
That
You're
video
not
has
growing.
one dislike. Before before I left my first response, it didn't have dislikes.
Brother, why do you why you know what's funny? I can
I
screen
seen that.
share.
I was like,
Um
I wonder. But I'm not tripping. That video has like that video is almost at like 1,600 views.
hold up, I gotta do MacBook settings for this.
Yo, Jake, let me tell you real quick, bro. I'm about
Hmm.
to lock in, bro. I'm about to go all in on trying to make
Brother,
niche content on like spiritual creators and spiritual entrepreneurs.
this is what I was thinking while I was going out feeding the dog. I was like, I want to do a planned step, like planned
Mm,
steps. I want to be 5 steps ahead. I want to have that, I guess, almost a month's framework of what am I going to be talking about? What is the
that's
daily
literally where I'm at
process
right now.
of writing? Because oh my gosh, that video, that latest video I dropped last night, I have a feeling that's going to get at least 500. But like, it's a good video. I'm in the outdoors. It's and literally, it's funny because I had to work yesterday landscaping. I recorded in the morning over there. I was started editing it when I got home. I was like, this doesn't sit right with me. Part of this, it's one of those moments where it feels scripted to the viewer, where I'm looking at the MacBook too much and reading off of it instead of looking in the camera, dead in the eyes, flowing out the concept instead of trying to
Mm,
transfer, you know?
yeah, I feel you.
So I re recorded it. And that's like my first lesson.
Mm,
Do what sits right with you, improve the quality. You know, if you can improve, it won't sit right with you. And I've just improved the quality. I know, like, these are, it's simple. It's 60 frames per second iPhone footage. Maybe I'll adjust the exposure. I color graded in CapCut. I add subtitles. I check the subtitles so that most of them are pretty on the T. And then I just color grade a thumbnail. I find a frame within the iPhone footage, screenshot that, and then color grade that, add vignette, whatever. Add music. I could have done this on day one of the Ultimate Reset. I could have done this way back. But now that I'm living it, look at the results. Like I could have. And it's just like,
you know what, Jake?
dang.
I want to challenge this. This is lesson two.
Oh, because I know you're a very raw type of guy. I know.
No, no what do you mean? How so?
Because you're with
Oh,
your video
do you mean
style,
like
the
the content
format.
style? No. It's got nothing to do with that.
Oh,
It actually has to do with this. You said that right. So my second lesson was you can't plan without a frame of reference, right?
proof of concept, right?
And so
Dude,
you
that's
say that
literally.
you could have been doing that, right? But did you really know you could have been doing that on day one?
I had the opportunity. I guess I was fully capable, but I wasn't there. Like, obviously, I wouldn't change a thing. And this is like the
Of
journey, and now
course.
I'm there. But it's funny you say that because literally, the first video that blew up that like a couple of days ago, the
Hmm.
one before it that got like 300 views, that was my that was my reference point, and that's what made me continue to push the level of the content. So I have, in this past week, I have my best titles, I have my best thumbnails and best music, and just overall value and evoking emotion, all of it, and it reflects.
It's
So
good you
that was
say
my
that.
reference point.
That's actually I'm about to build off that real quick too. That's actually like I think I've I've gotten I think I'm about to really like step into my stride, especially with like because I have like this content strategy I'll tell you about later. Um, but I think I've actually gotten way better at titling and like it just comes with the fact that I've had 5 videos that popped off, so I know what works a little bit. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I know how what I write, I know like what I write. Okay, I know what I know what can do well. That is in my style. Yeah, there we go.
I
I
found
know
like
what can
titles to
perform
be
well in my
easy
style.
lately because
Yeah,
I'm
me
putting
too.
so
I've
much
definitely
introspection that I can frame this already, and it's like I can
yeah.
already cater it to the avatar.
Like
So
I've Jeremy was asking me about titles, I think. I think it was Jeremy. It might have been Gary. No, I'm pretty sure it was Jeremy. He was asking me about titles when we were on a call the other week. Um and I was like, I actually basically only use titles that were like all of my ideas are the titles. almost. And if it's not, it's something
Yeah,
I either build off of that title, I build off that initial idea to make the title better by refining it, try to invoke more
that's
curiosity, induce more
exactly
emotion.
on the Google
Uh,
Doc,
yeah, that's basically it.
the title, and also uh, the CapCut file name. So at the very top, and then I'll just refine it basically. Like
Word,
this
definitely.
past one, it was simple: stop people pleasing, and then I refined it.
Like, I think a big thing for titling is I don't know how much I talked about this. I want to talk about this more. I talked about this a bit in the course, and the first video for Intro to Content Creation is creating valuable content is a skill. Um,
Absolutely.
and so the first like part of that was I talked about packaging and like basically the importance of like words and like inducing curiosity, inducing emotion. Because you kind of just have to induce something in them that makes them want to click. It's got to be some kind of curiosity, some kind of gap. You have to ask them some kind of question. So let's like go
Hmm.
through my titles, right? The ones that have like done well. 15 minutes a day is enough time. Enough time for what? Enough time how? Oh, is it really? Oh, interesting. Do you really think so? It couldn't
Plus, it
possibly
already
be.
caters to like what's on their back burner. Maybe I don't have enough time for this. Well, 15 minutes, bam. I
Boom.
already know that's a section of your audience. So
900 views. Um, your creativity is being blocked at the source. Blocked? The source? Whoa, what are you talking about here? Like these are crazy claims you're making, right? Like you have to like kind of like get at that. Um, I made $16 online with 187 subscribers. What are you talking about? Like you can make money with less than 200 subs? I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know you can make money without being monetized. Obviously, he's not monetized with 200 subs. How's he doing it? Your titles have to ask them like they got to invoke emotion. Your titles and emotion, like your packaging, has to get them to ask questions that they want to know the answers to.
that's like literally my second one in a way, talking about packaging. But literally, I think about it. My most view video now, it's still climbing at 1.4. I literally, it starts off with, if you're willing, dot, dot, dot. I pulled the three dots on them. So, and then this can change your life. Bro, that's like a dual
That's like,
wielding bam, bam.
it's like okay, so only the select few. So I want to be one of them.
Yes, and
Okay,
it's
cool.
catered. You know how I got the title? It's catered because I added an intro talking about this video is not for the faint of heart. If you're looking for some crazy text to fly around every half a second, this isn't for you. I
Let's
guess continue to
go.
succumb to your limiting belief that you can't sit down
So
for
the intro becomes
literally.
a
I
filter.
literally I convict them in a way
That's
in the
crazy. I'm about
intro.
to say it's crazy because the intro is a filter, but because of that filter, the
It's a
people that
funnel. It's the
watch
funnel.
exactly, and then it pops off more because of that. It's like that's
Exactly.
crazy, right?
It's
What?
like it's an added conversion to people who wouldn't have
Yeah.
before. So
Mm. Yeah.
that's why I'm
That's
doing
crazy.
these intros. Well, I did it in
That's
the
fire.
last one. I gave some outdoor scenery for like a minute or two. No, definitely not 2 minutes, but like around a minute.
I like that. Yeah, I like the intro. Um. Okay. Is that your full
My
lesson too?
my second uh my second one is the pair of consuming and introspecting. I learned this with the video I made yesterday about people pleasing. That was the first time I just sat down and wrote. And it was also like a short video I watched, the pair of consuming, and then building off of it with my own life experience, with
Yeah.
like all of it and whatever comes to mind, whatever visuals, I'd be pumping out
Yep.
visuals always.
Right.
So
Sure.
this will make you a killer at packaging. That's
Mm.
my second one. Like that's literally both of our plans. Just script, refine, and just build the video. Like we already have like a process. Matter of fact, is it your goal for July 1,000 subs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
It's
we
like
yeah you hitting that 100%.
I'm about to say, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about that earlier, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is I think this is about to be it. But here we'll talk about my plan after we finish the lessons. I didn't actually talk about my second one for real. This is a big one. So my second one is you can't plan without a frame of reference. So I've continuously kept seeing this, especially over the last week, but over this month definitely. Um, and so like the first way this really popped up was, and this was like a core lesson for me, was with 365. It's like, bro,
Mm.
get an idea, execute. You can't think,
That week
plan,
is such a
because
good
I
case
tried to
study.
do it. It is. I tried to do it with Road to Renaissance. It just didn't work. And I wanted to do something. I wanted to structure. I wanted to try to find. I tried to find my creative style in my head. You can't do that. It doesn't work. I said this in
Reference
a, I think I
points.
said this in I think I said this in a video on YouTube. You're trying to no, yeah, yeah. You're trying to create a mental plan without physical experience. And so like you can't do that. You can't do something in your head without any way of like conceptualizing it because you don't have anything to actually base it on. You feel me? And so it's like you're shooting in the dark here because the path isn't clear, so how can you know how to go back and walk the path clearly? It's like if I'm at level 2, right? I'm at level 2 and I know how to get to level 2 from level 0, then I can tell someone how to get from level 0 to level 2, no problem. But if you're at level 0, how are you going to try to tell someone who's at level 0 to get to level 2 if you have no clue how to get to level 2 because you haven't done it? You can guess, you can maybe have an idea, you can have some rough, like, a rough sketch, you know what I mean? But you can't know. And so it's like you can't really make a real plan without a frame of reference. And this actually, like, this is a quote I heard before, and I really love it. They says plans are useless, but planning is everything. And it's like, yeah, I actually 100% agree with that because plans always go wrong. But having that forethought, having those situations thought out already, so if that situation did arise, oh, okay, I already know what to do. Or
It's
having
just
some things that you
limiting
can
the
adapt on,
yeah,
exactly.
limiting your stumble.
It allows you to be more efficient in the game, in the time, in the
Failure's going to
moment.
happen. Basically,
For sure.
eliminate all that can happen so I already know what could if everything goes wrong, this is what's going to happen. That is proper planning and you can
Mm.
prepare in a way.
And you know what's really cool? I connected this to the cyclone. So
Oh,
it's it's
oh,
it's really cool. So okay, so it really this lesson has really becoming apparent with me because I've been seeing it a lot in Jeremy because he's been really
oh
trying to
yeah.
like plan a lot. And I'm like, I don't know, And I've challenged him a little bit. And I kind of want to see what he's trying to do now over like the next week or two before I like really challenge him more on it a lot. But um I really think that like trying to plan a lot of like and like figure out okay, this is the exact play by play. I just don't think that's realistic at all. Like I think you just need to go. You need to just build, 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 build. That's it. And you learn along the way. And that's what
We
you got
don't
to do.
yeah, because our plans, although like I said, like a monthly kind of framework, at the end of the day, it's just a daily process that guarantees the result we're
100%.
trying to get. It's not full,
Yeah.
full, full plan. So
Yeah. It's a rough idea. Like I said, it's a rough idea. And it's like we have an idea of the structure, but can we really and like we have experience to reference now, but is it the exact experience we're going for? Like killing it every day for a month how we're trying to kill it? No. So can
that's
we
literally the
exactly know
plan.
how we're trying to do it? No. But we can have an idea and every day we can show up and we're going to adapt. So like I said, plans are useless, but planning is everything.
Hmm.
So it's like, of course, planning helps, but you can't get trapped in that like planning
Oh,
cyclone, right? Because that gives you
analysis
analysis
paralysis.
paralysis.
Yeah.
And so here, this is how we get to the cyclone, right? So for those that don't know the cyclone, basically, we often in life tend to think we're like trapped in a cycle that we keep revisiting. We're keep on this like we're staying in the same like staying in the same topic. Like we keep revisiting the same problem. We keep fighting the same lesson. It's like I can't get past this. We've all felt like that, right? And so we feel like we're going in a circle over and over and over again in a cycle. But this process isn't actually a circle, right? It's not cyclical. This isn't 2D. It's three-dimensional, and it's a cycle. And so we're going up. And as we go up, these are like levels. These are like those levels I was talking about: level 0, level 1, level 2. And we're kind of leveling up and we're gaining experience. And so even though this is a circle and it feels like we're going back and we're kind of like in the same pattern and like we're still referencing and we're still kind of experiencing the same lesson just in a different form, like how I dated the same girl 15 times over the 5 years. But she was 15 girls, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing. It's like it's the same lesson over and over and over again. But every time you get a little bit more experience, you get a little bit more experience, you get a little bit more experience
I have a
until
question.
eventually you get to the point where you can evolve, where you have that clarity because you've gotten to that point of reference. And now you can look back and that gives you that clarity, that understanding. And this I really connected this because when we were in call with Jeremy, he was like, when you look back, like in a book, right? You look back and you
Oh
understand
yeah.
something that you didn't understand before. And you was
Mm-hmm.
like, how did I miss this before? Because now you
Yep.
have that frame of reference. You've experienced it. And so that clarity is abundant. And before it didn't even make sense to why you didn't have that clarity. Because now you're on just higher level of consciousness.
It's like every single day, as far as information wise, it's almost as if we expand our render distance. So when we go back to the movie, we see even further. So,
Yo, that's fire! What? I love that, bro. I love that. Jake the visualizer, bro.
oh, that question.
Word.
So we have big cyclones in our lives. We have
Mm,
maybe months, periods where maybe there's a plateau or something. And that's where I feel like, although
mm,
in simple terms, it's one rotation, one rotation, one rotation, one. Sometimes we're rotating, but
that's true.
there's a sector of time where we haven't elevated yet, and
Mm,
I feel like there's I want to just like find a way to visually represent that. You know what RPM stands for?
mm,
Yeah, I feel like some people I don't know how to frame it yet, but I want to involve people want to increase their RPM, but they don't want to elevate to the next level. So they could be in the same lesson. It doesn't matter how many times they're
oh,
just doing that,
wow.
but if they're not elevating their
They're
consciousness, which
trying
I
to
feel
go
like that goes into
faster. Oh,
yeah,
wow, but they're not expanding their mind. You're trying to
yeah,
level up, but you're not willing to learn what you have to learn.
I feel like you need like reflection and maybe iteration to go to the next one.
Definitely.
But I don't know. That's something I want to work out.
Introspection, experimentation, reflection, like
Hmm.
education, like outside sources telling you what you need to do as
Dude, hold
well.
up. I just have like the framework for 100 days. I hope I made 2 videos every single day. They weren't of the best quality.
Mm,
Rotating. I
mm,
got basically same results all the way leading up to like 100 subscribers. Recently, I've changed my content. I've learned the lesson and I elevated my standards. And now I have elevated results.
mm,
I have think about the reps. Like safe to say over 100, wait no, over 200 rotations. I believe it was 225 actually,
mm.
just to lead up to this week of elevating progress. So,
Nothing happens and everything happens.
yep.
Um, Dang, I just thought of something. Oh, you know what's interesting when you say that actually? I I feel like I've kind of been feeling that a bit myself, like that cyclone, where I'm like kind of like yeah, like stuck in this period, stuck in this level. And you know it's interesting when you I really see this as like the build up, the build up. And it's like you're kind of just doing you know what you have to do, and so you have the speed, but you're not willing to expand into the next level. But once you're willing to break past that, it's like, oh, you have the speed, you can go as high as you can until you hit the next constraint. And that can be very high. Like that's where
Think
the
about
gaps
it.
come. It's the
I
exponential gaps.
went since the reference point, which was like 300 views. I went from, I believe my past, so I went from 200. That was my most viewed video out of that 225, and then 300. And now think about it. I'm at 1.4 and still climbing. That think about that. That's literally like the
That's the
bruh.
gap, bro. Holy. But that's not even what I wanted to talk about. That was just another point I built off of that, and I wanted to solidify that real quick. But um yeah, like I felt like I've been in this for maybe like the past week and a half or so, as I've kind of been like trying to figure out where I want my content to go. Um and I think it's really been because I've been like I've so like I told you, I've been getting back into Hamza stuff a lot. And like he's gone all in on the business education. And he's talking a lot about like, yo, make niche content about your product. Okay? Um and it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Um and so I've been like struggling with like, dang, how do I like make niche content about my product and still like do what I want to do, which is like ultimately,
Filmmaking, vlogging.
well, it's tough. Okay, so here's where I'm at right now. So I have my main product, which is DRC and my one-to-one coaching, my creativity coaching. Um, and that is for like helping creators unblock their creativity and create consistently, right? Um, but I also want to make an offer where I help creators mm, like start an online business. Um, or possibly get like nicher, probably get nicher actually, and like help creators like become a coach and like coach their skill to people. That is something I'm also interested in. But that is something I want to do, but it's hard to incorporate those two in the same offer, not because there isn't a market for them, but because it's just a bit too different. Like obviously, hey, I'll help you unblock your creativity, create consistently, and make money. That sounds awesome. But it's a bit too much, sometimes, And it's like if someone isn't here to make money online, that could like potentially stop me from helping them unblocking their creativity, right? Which is
Right. That's something I've also thought about with your.
yeah, and that's I've kind of been at a point I'm like, okay, well, one, what do I want the main business model to be? And two, if I'm going to continue like keeping these things separate or continuing like both of them, how do I market to both of these people? Um, and so I've kind of gone to the point where, fuck it, let's just talk about the content strategy now. um, where I'm like, all right, I think I want to go all in on like targeting spiritual creators, right? That's what I'm about. I'm about spirituality. My
That's your
contents are
niche.
spiritual. Exactly. And like if you don't resonate with that, you don't resonate with me. So it doesn't make sense. Um, and so I'm like, okay, so I want to go all in like resonating with like spiritual creators and also spiritual entrepreneurs, right? Because I I've seen I've seen a lot of like success and like at least in terms of views on the in the business videos, but I've also gotten like feedback from people who have said like the business videos have been valuable and they've learned from them. And so I want to like keep seeing how they do. And I just also
You want to
love
cater
talking
to
about business.
babies.
And
Yeah.
the thing is like it's tough because that's not optimal at all, but I
Yeah.
love them both. And so it's like, what do you do? So I wanna test them out for now, for like July and see like what do I enjoy more? Um, not even what performs better, because what I enjoy more trumps what performs. Um, because I'm gonna work harder on what I enjoy more, which means eventually it's gonna perform better. Purposeful entrepreneurship. That's the whole. So that's my entire philosophy. It's my entire. It's my entire purposeful productivity philosophy. But um, I'm like, okay, I'm going to literally in like all of my titles, I'm going to like try to focus and like target like spiritual creators and spiritual entrepreneurs. So I have like actually I'll read you these. I literally yesterday was just sat down and was brainstorming, and I was like, I'm gonna get 3 weeks worth of titles, and I got all of them right here. So I believe I have 8 for business, and I have 13 for
I
like
need to do the same
creators.
thing.
And I want to keep that balance. Because if I do end up like keeping
Wait,
both,
what?
that's what I'd want the balance to be most likely.
What's the ratio again?
So it's about 2 to 1.
Okay, okay.
It's about 2 to 1, but it's 8 to 13.
Oh, okay.
So here are the titles I have right now. Business is a spiritual game. How I started an online business as a spiritual creator, so that targets both. So I also like want to try to target
Right.
both to merge them. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if I can create an offer that targets both, that would be ideal. And if I can make that possible, that would be ideal. Ideal. Um, Stop playing business without spirituality. Spiritual creators are winning right now. Here's how. You
Oh,
can't
that's good.
compete when your business has God. Why spiritual creators should start coaching businesses. How to find your purpose as a spiritual creator. How to start a YouTube channel as a spiritual creator. Why all spiritual creators why all spiritual should holy why all spiritual creators should create YouTube content. Yeah, I think that's 8 or 9, whatever. How to make your first dollar online as a spiritual creator, so also tying both of them. Why spiritual entrepreneurs are on top. How to start a purposeful coaching business. The biggest block stopping your flow as a spiritual creator. God will unblock your creativity if you let him. I think that was holding on to trauma is keeping your creativity blocked. Spirituality and creativity go hand in hand. 7 mindsets to unblock your creativity and flow as a spiritual creator. The one habit to level up mind, body, spirit, and business as a spiritual entrepreneur. Spoiler, it's walking.
Oh,
So
that goes into my third point, bro.
that um being a spiritual creator on YouTube changed my life. 360 subs, or actually, shit, I got 390 subs now. I literally wrote this. No, I had 360 subs when I wrote this. um, God is the source of your creativity. How to be more creative as a spiritual creator. Yeah. So that's 21. I think I originally had 25. I went down to like 23. I think I got like 2 or 3 more I liked, and then I wanted to like get down to 21 on the ones I thought were good. So these are the ones I'm gonna execute on. So I'm really targeting spiritual creators, spiritual entrepreneurs, and I really want to like. I also have this like other. So actually, I'm gonna tell you about this, and this is something. This is something that you could possibly dabble into as well. But this is so you know about Erin, right?
Here in
Um, I mentioned her a bit. So I actually remember when I
oh
said
yeah.
another member coming soon in DRC.
Oh, the
That was her.
right.
So Erin's she's another spiritual creator and slash entrepreneur, and she actually has her own physical product. She makes her own like body butters and stuff like that. Called Eden Skin, which is such a cool name. Her branding is
That
super fire
is.
too. Um, but she's all about like spiritual entrepreneurship, right? Um, and I'd seen one of her videos yesterday, and this is actually no, this goes into you know what? Let's talk about this. This actually goes into number 3, so we'll talk about this now. So my third lesson is business is a spiritual game, right? So we'll get back to Aaron because this circles back to that. So we'll talk about this first. Business is a spiritual game. So I'd Yesterday or 2 days ago, I had to make a tough decision, and I,
Is this with that
so
business partner
let me just
talking
tell the
about your?
story. Yeah, let me tell the story.
Oh, okay.
So on Wednesday, right? Today's no, today's Sunday. The event
Yeah.
was Friday. So no, on Thursday. On Thursday, I wake up and I see a text from Joe. That's his name. He's a real estate investor, hard money lender. And I was like basically like doing marketing stuff for him, videography, and I was like making videos for his Instagram, and I did like some YouTube stuff for him as well. Um, so he had hit me up and he was like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?" Um, and I was like, "I probably won't be free until Saturday at like 3 p.m. because that's when I imagined I'd be done with the course." And like I'd also like had calls until then, or I think like 4 p.m. something like that. That's when I said 3 or 4. So I was like, I probably won't be free until then. Like, what's up? What you got? And he said he had an event going on Friday. Um, I was like, okay, well, what time and where is it at? If it's before 3, yeah, if it's before 3 on Friday, I'm a no go. And he was like, it's Friday from 6 to 9. So I'm like, okay. Um, what time? Where is that? Like, when would you need me to get there? And then he told me like where is that? He's like, you get there before, like at 5, and I was like, okay. And this is the thing, fucked up here, because I never responded back to Joe because I needed to ask my dad if he could like take me to where I needed to go. Um, and so I definitely should have told like Joe that like my Joe and my dad are business partners.
Mm-hmm.
My dad actually like runs like the business credit section of Joe's company, Duke Allen. So him and my dad are mad cool. And they're in business together, so they're partners. So I talked to my dad about, doing the event if he could take me. He was like, "Oh, I actually got a call with Joe today, so I'll talk to him about that later." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, awesome." So in my head, I'm like, oh, "Okay, they'll talk about that. They'll hash that. I'll catch up with dad later. We'll talk about that. We'll confirm. We'll be all good." So I never text Joe back, right? Which is definitely in hindsight super bad play on my part. So next day rolls around, right? Um, it's 11 p.m. No, no, yeah, it's 11 p.m. and I just finished the course, and I'm like praising the Lord, hallelujah, because my brain is cooked. I just recorded 20 videos in 24 hours. It was pretty insane. Um, and so, um, I'm trying to bring up the text so I can see what he said, or what I said rather. Duh, duh, duh. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Oh, okay, yeah. So, Um, yeah, I finished the course up, right? Finished the course up, then we hop on our call. Hop on our call, that's awesome. Um, do that. And then after that, I went downstairs to talk to my dad so I could ask him to confirm because we didn't talk yesterday. So I'm like, "Hey dad, we never confirmed yesterday. Would you be able, like, can you take me to the event?" And he was like, "I never even talked to Joe yesterday. Um, so I don't know." But he was like, "I'll definitely make sure I can take you there whenever you need to be there. Like, when you gotta be there." Um, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Joe said be there at 5 and whatever. And he was like, "Oh, okay, cool, but I can't like bring you back. I can't like I can't like pick you back up because my dad has been sick for the last few days. So he was like been in bed since like 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? He's been out, trying to get better. So I'm like, yeah, fair enough. So I'm like, all right, I'll have to ask Joe for a ride home, right? So there was my initial friction, right? I'm not gonna lie, if dad didn't tell me that, like, if I didn't have friction with having to get a ride home from Joe, I I don't know if this situation would have went down. I'm not gonna lie. So I probably would have just went. Um, but here's what went down. So I had that friction, and so I'm thinking, I'm like, honestly, I don't even know if I want to go to this event. I'm like, I'm mad tired. I just recorded for freaking mad long. I literally recorded I counted it up, 5.5 hours of content. You know what I mean? So that was very nice. So like my brain, like at 11 a.m., I was feeling physically and mentally tired, right? So I'm like, I don't want to do nothing the rest of the day. um, so I'm like, bro, honestly, I think I'm about to just not go. Um, so I hit him up, and I'm like, hey Joe, I'm gonna pass on today. And the thing is, like, I'm like, I actually knew I wasn't interested in pursuing videography anymore at this point as well. And like it was also because I spent the last day preaching how when you work in a business model that you love, you work harder. I didn't love videography and I love coaching. So it's like, how can I even attempt to continue actioning, like personifying actions that don't align with my philosophy? It's like I feel like a fraud. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I'm a pass, right? I don't want to pursue the videography any business anymore. I want to put my focus into my coaching business, so that's what I'm gonna do. Um, I thought about doing the favor as an event yesterday, but since I've recorded 20 videos in the last 24 hours, I'm super tired. Sorry for not getting back to you earlier, but I'm a no go. Right, so that was my first response to him since he had let me know I could get back to them since 5. Right, so it had been mad long to him. I shouldn't have taken that long to respond. That was my first response, but I was like, I'm a pass, right? And his response was like, "Dang, bro, I was counting on you. Like, come through for this one because I don't have like someone else to find the time." And like, I'm not gonna lie, like, then I started to like be like, "Damn, bro, like, I'm fucking up business right now." And this is where business is a masculine game. This is where that stemmed from. Because in this moment, I was like, hmm. And this is I actually in this moment before I thought about sending this next text to Joe, I thought about going and talk to my dad because I was like, I think I need some masculine guidance right now. And I was thinking about the way the superior man. I don't know if you
Hmm.
remember this, but when he talked about like karma and like dissolving your purpose layers and moving on to the next layer, but not doing it where you like end relationships badly or you have karma that like is like that comes from like ending a previous relationship in a poor manner. I was thinking about like, ooh, I don't want this. I don't want to end this relationship and have karma that could affect me. I'm like moving forward, and I'm like, I don't. I felt super weird about my decision. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, I also felt in a very hard place, like mentally and spiritually, because this wasn't just like a business decision. Like this was a personal decision for me. Because this decision was like I I felt like I've always been a people well, not I felt like I've always been a people pleaser, right?
Brother,
I've
watch
always been
my
that
video.
I've always been that beck and call for people. I will. All right. I've always been that beck and call for people. Um, and I knew like I've always like well not for I've always but for the last 6 months I've like been like yo fuck this. Like I want to be there for me first, right? And I've like been trying to do that more and more and more, right? And I
Hmm.
saw this as like a test, and I was like, am I going to like stand? Like, am I gonna hold frame in my belief and the fact that like I want this? This is what I believe in. This is what I think I should be doing. This is what I feel right for myself. Am I gonna hold frame in this, or am I gonna compromise? Am I gonna just say yes because I want to make someone else feel good, right? That's like what was going on in my head at the time, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So, this is what I said. And I was really trying to figure out like how to like word this because I was like I'm not about to sit here and explain my life story to Joe.
Yeah.
um, but I was like, sorry to let you down, Joe, but I got to stand on this. I honestly do want to. I honestly don't want to shoot video anymore, especially not after recording 20 videos in the last day. But I'm sorry that it's interfered with your business, but I feel like I'd be compromising my self integrity if I did this event. Right. That's what I genuinely felt was like right for me. Um, and then he like responded and he was like, dude, it's only 3 hours today. Not sure what you mean self integrity, just need pics taken. And I didn't like I could like on the surface seem like abrasive or something, but I didn't like take it like that. Like I know Joe guy and he's a great guy. And he's like a very like he's a very logical and like straightforward guy. And he also isn't much of like a word or like a texter. You kind of gotta
Mm.
like
More of
show
a
him things
talker.
for real. He's
Uh,
definitely an in person, like face to face kind of guy. He's got to read you, he's got to feel you, he's got to see it, um and so he didn't really he didn't pick up what I was putting down. And I didn't really, I honestly knew that would probably be the case. And so after that I was like, all right, I just got to go talk to dad. So I went downstairs to my dad's office. He was in there playing wrestling. And I was like, hey, dad, I wanted to talk to you. And he was like, ah, you always come in there at the worst times, Jay. And I was like, and he was fucking around with me because I always like interrupt him when he's like working or when he's like trying to chill and like trying to like come talk to him about life for 2 hours and shit. So like my dad's like, he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Those quotes were to know that I love him, but he is an asshole,
Hmm.
and that's why I am. But so that was funny. But I told him about the situation, right? And he was like, "You fucked up, Jay," and I think you know it. And he broke it down to me, and he was like, "I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you feel like this." And because I told him like I felt like this was the right decision for me, but I also told him that I didn't like how the overall situation was. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because I didn't
How it was
like that
handled.
what I didn't like how what I did was interfering with Joe's business. Like one, as Joe's like as so someone has who has a relationship with him, I didn't like that. But also as an entrepreneur, I didn't like that. You know what I mean? Um, and so he was like, Jay, you made an emotional decision in business, and you shouldn't have done that. You made a decision based out of your emotion when you shouldn't have done that. And I was like, hmm. And I think it almost like instantly like came together for me. I was like, I made a feminine decision in a masculine game.
Yep.
And it was like the next thing, which is what he really said, like which really put it in the frame for me, which was like you you made like a business decision for like a business relationship based on something emotional and something that was personal to you. And you shouldn't have done that. You made a decision that was like based on what you felt was right for you instead of what was best for the situation overall. When we have situations like this and like in business where situations where like relationships might need to end or evolve or change, things are changing, karma's getting resolved, purpose layers are being moved on to, things like this, we have to make sure that the situation gets handled properly. It's not what feels right for you. It's not what feels right for the other party. It's what's best for everything and for everyone overall. It's what's best for the situation. And when he said it like that, I was like, "Oh." Instead of instead of making my decision based in like emotion, based on how I intuitively felt, and based on what I felt correct for me to move on correctly, I should have made the logical decision for what was best overall and for what was best for the relationship moving forward. And then later on, I like kind of said to him like business is a logical game, and he was like, yes, but it does not have a logical foundation. The windows, business is a house, right? The
Whoa.
windows and the
You-
doors are logic, but the foundation, relationships, the people, right? Like you said, the chessboard. And I actually have analogies here. You're kind of frozen here, Jake? Can you like turn your mic off? I mean your camera off real quick and come back? Oh no. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going because I was slow. So, business is a logical game, but it is based in relationships. It is based in people. And so I look at it, I'm like, and I actually didn't have like the chess analogy in mind. But when you commented that, I was like, ooh, that's really good. And so I see it as like this. I see like the chess board, right, as like the people, the relationships. This is what the foundation is built on. Um, but it's not the actual like people. Oh no, Jake's not here. We'll wait for Jake to get back. We'll wait for Jake to get back. Um, actually, yeah. Actually, we won't. We won't. So the foundation of the house is the people, right? The relationships. And the thing is, like, that is the board, but the board isn't the people. The pieces are the people, and the board is the relationships themselves. It is what ties the people together. That is the board. Oh no, Jake's having Wi-Fi problems. So that's the board. The board is the relationships, and I kind of see the relationships as like the feminine aspect of business. Um, and I see the people, us, as spirits, or the people or the spirits, us as the pieces on the chessboard, right? And now the actual strategy, the way we decide, the way we figure out what actual moves to take, that is decision making, that is logic, that is the masculine aspect of business. That is the windows, that is the doors. And then the moves we make, the decisions that actually like cause shifts in the change of the game, that is the value exchange. That is trading value. That is solving problems. That is creativity. That is the exchange of value for money. So like business is about exchanging value for money, right? Chess is about the moves you make. But without the pieces, how can we do this? You can't. But I'm a wrap around for you, Jake. I was going. Without the pieces, you can't. But without the board, without what the pieces are built upon, the relationships, then we can't have the pieces and we can't make the moves on the pieces. And without the pieces, without the board, without the moves, we can't think about what best decisions to make, which is the masculine. Yo, this analogy is so real. Okay, so I
Chessboard,
got you, Jake. We're gonna get back to it. I got you.
chessboard.
So the board, right? The No, let's start with the pieces actually. It makes sense to start with the pieces. The pieces are the people.
Value exchanges.
Pieces are the people. I got you. I got you.
Each
The
move is a
pieces
value exchange. Yeah.
the pieces are the people. And the board is what the people rest upon, is what the business is built upon, which is the relationships.
Business.
It is what the it is like the actual tie between the people, right? Because we can have people, right? But without something that ties the people, what do we have? We have nothing, right? And so the people, I mean, we have the
Business
people, which is
relationship.
the masculine and the feminine, right? We are the people, we are the spirits. But the board, I see that as the love, as the people, as the relationships. This is the feminine energy of business. Um, and then we have the move, which is the value exchange, right? This is how we actually make money. This is how we actually play the game of business, right? This is what business is. This is how we actually like do the thing. But in order to figure out how we do the thing, in order to figure out what best moves to make, in order to figure out what best decisions to make for each party, how to use our creativity to best serve the collective, best serve the people and the relationship overall, we use the masculine energy to to hone that and to make these decisions. And I actually this really came to me because like I posted business as a masculine game, right? And Erin, right? So now we're gonna get back to Erin. She had hit me up in on Instagram. So we'll talk about Erin real quick. So Aaron had found my video, want to be more creative, be more spiritual, and then she commented on one of my business videos. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you need this. And we had kind of
Hmm.
connected because she talked about how like she wanted to start an ebook, and I asked her what her ebook was about, and then she reached out to me on Instagram, and we started talking about it. So we had connected, and we got like cool. Um, and so when I posted that video, business is a masculine game, she had hit me back, and she like kind of gave me her perspective on it. And she was like, business also has feminine aspects as well, um, which is the giving and receiving aspects, which is like the making money aspect, right? The giving of the value and the receiving, which is the money. That is the feminine part, right? The relationships where the business is built on. And I didn't even think about that. And I hadn't even seen the giving and receiving of business as
You know
feminine
what you
energy,
did?
just giving and receiving as feminine is in general. But as soon as she said that, I was like, holy, that's crazy. That is 100% a fact.
You know what you did as far as like acting in the feminine? You nurtured your own wants. You
Yeah,
nurtured your
definitely.
own. Yeah.
I acted in me. Yeah, I mean, I made a feminine decision when I should have made a masculine decision. And that was like the lesson of business as a masculine game. Um, so yeah, man, like I really see that like we need to one understand how the different aspects of like the feminine and masculine play into business, but there's also like another lesson, which is like another aspect of me and like it's like a this stemmed from me and Aaron's conversation. So we can talk about that after that because that's like a whole nother thing. I kind of wanna get off of this tangent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So my third is I've literally over this past month and somewhat this week, really this week, but it's about the outdoors.
Mm.
It is the it's quite literally the perfect domain to just be with yourself, to be with your feelings, your thoughts, desires, all of it. Obviously, that's without this and such, which I'm not gonna lie, the MacBook life under the shelter with the fire pit, bro, that is digital renaissance, man. Imagine a fire going, cooking up beef.
I'm so
Hey,
jealous
hey,
of you right now. Envious. I'm trying to get better at using those words properly. Jealousy and envy are not the same thing.
but like I've for my mentor Smith Threes, I watched his basically this video was his lowest moment that he's documented, and it was on a hill, LA sunset. And like I've noticed that when it comes to loneliness or like just being solo, not many people around you, but you have nature. Nature is literally it is it.
Yo, that's so real, dog. I'm not
It
gonna
is
lie,
it.
dude.
Because I honestly see it as a blessing because I didn't really have a phone up until around middle school. Well, no, up until high school. I had my tablets in middle school, but I was outside a lot, a lot. Only child, no real neighbors, no real friends to come over. No, like I didn't have a sleepover. I don't think. Nah,
Mm.
yeah, that's insane to say, but like it was just me in the outdoors, bushcraft. Like I remember, I made a pal. My dad would get pallets from his job, so I would have like one pallet. You know what a pallet is? So on a forklift, the wooden platform where the forks slide into and then carry
Yeah.
up the product. So those are the pallets. So I would have a pallet house, and I've had like a pallet here, a pallet there,
Nice.
pallet here, a pallet there, and then a roof of a pallet. So it was insane. Not to
Wow.
mention, like, I guess that kind of kept me fit in a way, but like running, oh my gosh, running with my dog because he was like a Australian Shepherdy. So he liked, you throw a ball, he brings it back. That was his life. That was his purpose. Literally, that was his mission.
Let's go. I love it.
And
I
what I did
love it.
was like I'd carry the ball and we just run together.
That's
I'd like
awesome,
jump
bro.
over the stumps, like all of it. I was a little Tarzan, okay, quite literally.
Let's go.
So, and I was like, man, I want a phone. I want to be gaming. I want to this. But hindsight, I was one of those rare individuals that, and as far as like our generation, that genuinely lived outside the way I did. Whereas that's like how our parents lived. I was able to be taught that, which it kind of makes sense since my parents are older in a way. Like my parents are the age of like most people's grandparents our age, 60, 61. So I don't know. It's my realization, my revelation on nature is literally it. Nature and God.
Bro.
Which, by the way, the 3 day fast, it was me, my
Mm.
campfires, the sky, the leaves, the cars passing by. I did see like a hurricane pass by. That was interesting. But
Nice.
yeah, that's literally like me though. I guess I had my journals and such, but as far as like consuming, I guess enjoying cars, enjoying nature, enjoying God, and just journaling. Which, yeah, everything besides food. I
I'm about to
wish. I
say,
wish.
what else did you need, bro? Bro, when you
Food and
say that,
community.
dude, that 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 brings to light such a core story I learned about myself. So I talk a lot about how I talk a lot about how the artist's way brought to light how the fact that I wasn't drawing and dancing and like making videos again, like how I wasn't doing those things and how it was like leaving a hole in my heart. There's
There's a
one more
gap. Yeah.
thing that it brought to light. Let's tell that story. So, growing up, man, I was outside, boy. What? I used to love being outside. I used to love playing. Me and my sister, my sister's 5 years older than me. Um, and so like here's my family dynamic, like 2-5. So there's my sister at the top, who me and my sister are like full siblings. Then there's my stepbrother. Then there's me. And then there's my two younger brothers who are my half brothers,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So, me and my sister would always be together, and then we would see my brothers when we were with our dad, right?
Hmm.
So, growing up, it was always me and my sister though, and we would live with my grandparents and my mom. So this is the setting. This is my grandparents' house. This is the house I grew up in first 10 years of my life. Um, 12, first 12. Um, so I used to always be outside playing outside. Now I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, which isn't very safe. um and I didn't grow up in the hood, but I wasn't very far. So I couldn't really go very far from my block, right?
Right.
Unless I was accompanied by an adult so we could go to the playground together, which was, a few blocks away. Um, so I was basically like my block was like my playing ground. And that's honestly all I needed. I'm not gonna lie. Because I had my front yard, I had my backyard, had my left neighbor's front yard. I don't remember the adults' names, but there was my neighbor Nia. That was my homie. I forgot her older brother name. I don't care. Nia was that was gang though. You know what I mean? So there was me and Nia. So that was my left neighbor, and on my right neighbor was Mrs. Pat. Right. So she was like an older
Oh.
lady. Right. So she already had like grandkids. So she was like Mrs. Pat was the goat. Mrs. Pat had a playground set in her backyard with like a mini one, right? So with the slide, with the swing
Oh, yeah,
set,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean, like those things. And Miss Pat had the open yard. So bro, we dead like we was all mad cool. So we literally used to just be going all like the three of us, me, my sister, and Nia. We
Yeah.
used to just be playing between our three backyards, my backyard, Nia's backyard, Mrs. Pat backyard, and our front yards. And that was our kingdom. And we used to
Rotation.
run it.
That
And
was
it was
your
lit, bro.
kingdom.
That was lit, bro. And from 2 to 4 years old, that was my domain. And I would climb gates and I would jump off shit and I would be crazy and I would be Daredevil and I would
Bro,
my
literally.
swinger, my sister would swing me on the swings and I would always be too scared to learn how to do it myself. What are you gonna
No,
say?
no, that's what I was talking about, like jumping off stuff.
Bro,
It
I
just
love to jump off shit. That's
athlete.
where we're going,
I
actually. That's
swear.
where we're getting to. So I was always a daredevil, right? My mom used to say I was at like 10 months old jumping off my dresser and shit. I was walking at 10 months, so I believe it. um, so at 4 years old one day, right? I'm doing my usual routine of trying to jump the gate from my front yard to my backyard, right? But this isn't like the X gate, like the fences. This is one of those like back gates with the black gates with like the big gaps in between. You know what I mean? So it starts, and it's
Spikes,
got like the bars, not the spikes at the top, but it's like
but I
not
know
like
what you mean.
spiky,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's got like the big gap between. So I'd have to like finesse it, right? So what I'd do is I'd get the bottom bar, right? I'd go to the bottom bar, hop on the bottom bar, and then like my front porch was right here. So I could hop on my front porch and then I could get to the top bar. So I get to the top bar and then I could hop over, be in the backyard. Now we're good. So I was always doing that. I was very comfortable with this. I'd had tons of reps in this at this point, right?
I
So
know
I'm
where
going
this
for
is
this one
going.
day, except this day it had rained the night before
Wet.
and
Oh,
it didn't finish drying. Now I wasn't tripping because
I
like
can
I said,
hear
I had
the.
tons of reps. And I had I've had tons of wet reps as well. Like, rain, bro. Do you know who I am? I'm the daredevil. So I get up, I'm going for my thing, and as I'm as I jump, except I'm on the wrong side. Whoosh, and we fall and land right on the left elbow, and that thing breaks. Oh no,
The
pain.
elbow broke.
Not the elbow itself, it was like a bone here or something
Oh,
like that.
fractured off or something.
But something in there was broken. And I was crying a lot. So I
Ah,
ran
yeah.
in and I went into the back door. And the thing is, I didn't go tell my mom or my grandparents at that moment because they had company in the dining room. And I didn't want to be a bother. People pleaser, remember? So I go upstairs to my bedroom so I can cry on my pillow. And my
I
mom, and
know
I'm
that
just like,
thing was
mom, just, I don't know
swollen.
if I don't remember. It might have, but my mom comes up, right? Maybe like 5 minutes later, and she's like she's coming in. Jay, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, just like sobbing, like, mom, like this thing is like, I don't even know, like, so so we go to the hospital,
Oh
right?
my goodness.
Fast forward, I wake up the next day, right? We got the cast on, we gone through our surgery and shit. Cool. So the doctor comes in and he's rolling in a system, a
A what?
GameCube with a
Oh,
TV and a Pokemon encasing. I'm very intrigued. I know about GameCube, right? My dad's a gamer. My dad's got GameCube. Nia also had GameCube. So I was a bit informed. I was like, "Ooh." So Doc comes in. He's like, "Hey Jay, I want you to try this out. I want you to see how it feels in your hand, right?" So he gives it to me, gives me the controller, right? And I'm messing with it in my left hand, trying to like see like it's kind of like just trying to see like my range of motion, see what's comfortable for me and see what's not. Right? And I'm telling him, "Oh yeah, this is good. Like no pain, no problem at all." He's like, "Oh, awesome. Hey, if you got access to a GameCube, you could do that. You can use that and it'd be good for your arms. So you could get some movement in there." I got assigned video games as physical therapy.
what a
So
dream life.
after I leave the hospital, we get in the car. Mommy takes me right to GameCube, and the birth of my love for purple comes when I get my purple GameCube. And ever since that day, I was a gamer. And ever since that day as well, didn't go outside as much. And it was on that day when I was sitting, swinging, actually on a swing set at the playground, funnily enough, here, listening to the artist way,
Oh,
when I was like, oh shit, like that was like my oh shit moment where I was like, the fact that I haven't been drawing, the fact that I haven't been dancing, making videos, the fact that I haven't been outside, running around, being crazy, being active. I've been missing all of these things. I used to just do these things. These things used to bring energy to my life. These things used to fuel me. And
that's
where
what I'm
has my
thinking
life
about.
gone?
Oh my gosh.
It's
Brother,
gone because these things aren't in my life.
brother, I need to dabble back in, but I can tell you, even after 3 days of a daily sprint through the woods, of literally, it's like
Mm.
cardio, but I'm by the end, I collapsed on the ground out of breath. But within 3 days, like, whoa, it feels like I can actually run again. You know, I'm not like a
Mm.
slow runner by any means, but
No, I
it's
feel
when
that
you
though.
get that full unlocked, like my body is actually in stride, and you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That's fire, dog.
I need to do that, and also jump off some stumps or something
Yo, I want to jump
mid
off
running,
shit.
just
I
like
miss I miss jumping off shit, bro. Bro, I literally broke my elbow and I broke my ankle at the playground. Well, actually, the elbow was obvious, like the arm was at the gate. I broke my ankle jumping off of a playground set at the playground. It was like
I remember doing
eight
big
feet
jumps
high,
at
maybe.
elementary school. You know that feeling in your feet where it's like, oh, but like we good.
I
That
actually
feeling.
I actually broke my ankle because of that. So like that impact, right? My ankle broke because I had like it was like a pocket of like air. So it was almost like a bubble,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
like near my bone where the bone and like the like where the bones connected.
That's literally what
That
like popping your knuckles or chiropractic.
yeah,
That's air
so I
bubbles.
it's it was like very it was I don't remember the specifics, but it was like super big, and the doctor found that like because of that it was too weak, and so when the impact hit, boom, and broke. That thing
Dang.
was a bitch. You know what's funny too? I shouldn't have been at the park. I was there 15 minutes after my mom told me we were supposed to go. And that's when it happened.
Crazy.
Karma. You know what's interesting? Actually, this is another lesson for business as a spiritual game. Karma. This is actually another wraparound on the karma lesson. My dad actually said this when we were talking. He was like, "So Jay, you've been thinking about like talking to Joe and like not doing video for 3 to 4 weeks. That's what you told me." And I was like,
Got
"Yeah."
to do
And he
that.
was like, "So when Joe hit you up yesterday, you know what that was? A message from God being like, 'Yo, what the fuck's been taking you so long?'" And I'm like, "You know what? That's real." And so like
You have that talk yet?
when he said that, what Joe? You mean?
Yeah. Told him
Yeah, I talked to
the
him. I
plan.
talked to him. Talked to him yesterday about it, or the
Oh,
other day when I did the event. But when when he said that, and like I finally like and I got my head around like the I made an emotional decision when I should have made a logical decision. It like really like got me to like this like full like re like this like full circle of like okay, it's like I I like because like because I've been stalling I because I've been stalling on doing something I know I should have done. I got presented with an opportunity to do it, and because I didn't do it then, when an opportunity was there the day before I had to do the event, I had to get over myself and do the event anyway as karma, which was the makeup for like not doing it in the first place. Which means that I only had to make that emotional decision, which led to me having to get over myself and make the logical decision because I didn't make the emotional decision earlier.
mm.
Karma.
Well, you're good now. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I'm
You're like
chilling.
clear
I actually do have to talk to this guy. This guy, his name
now.
is Rich. His business. Least amount of effort, most amount of money. So it's it's about like connecting creators and entrepreneurs and like leveraging each other to be up together. You know what I mean? And so it's like a membership club that he's starting up, and he actually wanted me to like make content for him. So I made a video for him. Um, and Rich was actually interested in like having me be like the head of marketing for him, which is something interesting. And he talked about like giving me like significant like we're talking like equity in like the company or equity in like
Stop.
membership like monthly proceeds
Oh, retainer
yeah, exactly. Like I could be on like typing like that. So I have to talk to him about the future of our relationship.
workload. Workload is like the thing.
Because I'm trying to figure out what our relationship could look like. Because the thing is like I like with Joe, I didn't want to video someone else. But I'm down to video myself, especially if you're gonna give me creative control. You just need a vision that I have to execute on. It's cool. You have no problem solving problems as long as I get to solve them my way. You know what I mean? And so if you were throwing me like, "Hey Jay, make me this video. I need you to talk about X, but you can do it however you want." Awesome. I got you. I'll do that. You want me to bring my platform to you or bring my people to your platform? I'm super behind that. I get behind a lot of my own vision. So I'm wearing the damn shirt right now. You feel me? So like I have to figure that out, but I also have to figure out like how how to not split the focus because everything that's not the mission is a distraction. But the thing is, I
That's
see
yeah.
the alignment of the vision, and so I want to see how it if it can be a possible symbiotic relationship.
hmm That's awesome opportunity, man.
Definitely. And bro, like if I get this, we're all up. Because once Loud Mom takes off, everybody that's on Loud Mom is going to be able to take off. And if I have big stakes in the company, then anyone I know will be like, you know what I mean? We'll be able to leverage that, bro. It's collaboration, bro. Unity, love consciousness. Stop living in ego. Stop living in separation consciousness. Work together.
hmm
Come on, bro.
Well, YDC Lao Ma- Wait, how do you say the last part?
Lao Mom.
Lao Mom. Okay. YDC Lao Mom, New York City headquarters.
YDC. Yo, I literally talked to Rich. I was like, so Rich, I'm like, I want to move to New York City, right? So here's the vision. Why do you like, nah, actually, he cut me off and he was like, yeah, you could like run the New York City Loud Mom division. And I was like, God damn it, Rich, I wanted to say it first. So it's like, bro, I really see how that can like benefit me long term because I really get behind that vision. And the thing is like Rich is 62 or 61. So he's like he's a killer. You know, he's a great entrepreneur. But it's like he's only got maybe 30 years left to kill it. You know what I mean? So it's like
So
who's gonna
he's
take the
handing off
mantle?
keys.
And it's
Yeah, he's
like,
handing
bro,
out keys.
I like this vision. I want to get behind it. And I think I could do something big here, bro. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a relationship I gotta nurture. I gotta reach out to Rich for sure.
No.
What's up? What we got? What we got? What we got?
Mm,
Yo, throw it up, throw
192.
it up. Dang, I didn't even want to see it. Actually, I kind of want to see where I'm at. I kind of want to see where I'm at. I'm gonna throw this up
You hit
live. I'm gonna throw
4.
this up
You
live.
hit 4. Another
Nah,
comment.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna see because I've been at 393 all morning. We'll see. All right, what we got? What we got? What we got? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Hold on, I want to see how the video is doing
Ah,
because this video is popping, bro. Look at all this. Look at all these videos in the course.
these courses.
Sheesh.
801, 11 comments, 35 likes.
Lego.
Crazy. Wait a second.
What?
Wait a second. In theory, with if I hit like 200 subscribers, bro, that means I doubled in a week. Doubled in a week. Insane.
Literally. Bro, I've 3x in a month. It's crazy. Started at 115, ended on at least 393. Crazy, boy. It's insane, dog. It's insane. I'm telling you, bro. All you gotta do is like start and just keep going, and then find the. Yo, actually, do it, bro. You know, I actually wanted to talk about this. When you said when we were talking about like the cycle, your video, I got comfortable making mid content. Yo,
Oh
I seen
yeah,
that and I was like,
that's
ooh,
crazy. That's literally
Jake's
a
about to lock in.
foreteller.
I like
That's
this.
a foreteller. That's
Exactly, bro.
foreshadowing. Foreshadowing.
Exactly, bro. I was like, ooh, I like this. Jake's gonna lock in. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like once the ultimate reset ends, it's about to be going crazy. Like I had the I'm telling you, bro, my intuitions be
Yeah,
crazy, dog.
bro, insane.
Oh man, that's fire, bro.
You should watch my video on people pleasing. I hate to mention it
Yeah, no, I
five
actually do want to tap in
times.
because I actually did see that, and I was like, yeah, I should watch this. I don't know why I got distracted at the time, but now that you mention it, I've largely gotten over that. Especially like, I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like that, like me still standing in the decision to like not go that second time. I feel like that kind of like was a successful test for my emotional self, but it was just a failure in the business aspect. And so I had to learn the business lesson. And so I had to kind of double back, but it wasn't a betrayal, and I think I've evolved in that sense as well. But I will watch that. Did Aaron hit me back? I lied about. Yo, I didn't tell you about this. This is what I wanted to tell
Uh
you about with Aaron. So,
oh. Yeah, long ago.
yo, I forgot about that. So, so I was actually, oh wow, this is okay. So I was actually, wait, here, I have it here. This is actually like I'm gonna make business as a spiritual game a story. I mean, a video, and I actually have this. I have like the layout for the video. I have it like I have all the titles here in my notes. And I got it here. So, um, yeah. Okay, so yesterday I was thinking, right? After after I'd seen Aaron's message, right? After she had texted me and like we had talked about like the feminine part of business. I'd went on YouTube and I actually seen like a video of hers. So I'd watched it and it was about like spiritual entrepreneurs. And how like spiritual entrepreneurs are winning because like when you love something you're about, when you put like love and care into something, you're really gonna work hard for. I'm like, bro, it's literally my philosophy. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm about. That's what purposeful
It's God
productivity is
given.
about. Um, and Erin had been talking about, and like we like kind of actually talked about this. When it was funny because she had like when she had mentioned that she wanted to make an ebook, I told her I was actually thinking about making like a purposeful productivity ebook as well. Um, but I had started writing it because I was gonna write it and then use that as like the framework for the course. But I started writing it and I was just like, eh, I feel like it just doesn't feel like it doesn't. I feel like this. I feel like this don't feel right for me. I feel like I'd rather just like do like the structure I did for like what I told you, having my story and then like my rant. I just go off of that, go into like my value, like specific strategies, any tactics, action steps, like things you really need to be aware of, proof of concepts, other stories. Like after that, I wanted to like stick to that, and I really like that framework. So I was like, I started writing the ebook, and I was just like, nah, this is dumb. I'm just gonna use this as a script for the course. um, and I mentioned that to her, and she was like, "Yo, that's hilarious because I'm actually turning my ebook into a course as well." I was like, um, and I'd asked her like, "Do you know how you want to sell it? Like where like how she's gonna act, like what platform she wants to host the
Oh
course
boy.
on?" Because school actually just implemented one-time purchases. So you can have a free community, right? You can funnel people to a free community. You can have a paid course in there and you can sell them the course in there. Or you can sell one-to-one coaching in there. And I like just like
Wait a
figured this
second. You
out
can
and I was
literally
like, holy, I can make a free community, get people to my free community from my YouTube, use that as lead nurture, and sell people stuff in there and like use that as like an upsell. I can sell courses in there. I can sell like one call in there or like
moving
a
them
package
on
of
from
calls.
just being
I
a
can
creator and to move to monetizing their creations.
as well,
Right. That's
exactly.
literally the
So there's
next
that
step.
too. So I was thinking about that. Um, and so I was like, ooh, maybe I can have my own thing on like spiritual creators or maybe spiritual entrepreneurs, like you like creators who want to be entrepreneurs, like things like that. And I was thinking of like purposeful entrepreneurs because that's purposeful productivity, purposeful entrepreneurship. That's what I'm about. And I seen Aaron's video and I'm watching it, and then I'm like, yo, what if me and Aaron made one together? Aaron's got 500 subs. I'm about to hit 400. Aaron's got more, and like we haven't hopped on a call yet, but like we want to. We're gonna do a live together next week on Thursday.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that.
but Um, yo, I feel like when we talk together, like I tell her my ideas on concepts, and then she gives me a perspective
Winning.
that is like a built up, yeah, and it's built on it, and it's like another perspective that I didn't even see, but makes so much more sense. It makes it more
Now you
whole.
have
And
to.
it's
I'm
I
telling
feel
you
like
right
she
now.
like
People
I
the
feel like
same
she really
same are
compliments. I feel like she compliments my masculine like perspective very well. And I was like, I
it's
hit
like
her
our
up. I'm like,
dynamic in a way, just bouncing off each other. And
definitely,
then
definitely.
moving on from funnel and then talking about RPM or such and such. Like that's literally it.
100%, bro. 100%. Um, so I got the idea and I'm like, bro, like we could like make a community, spiritual entrepreneurs. We funnel people in there. Like Erin, she's like making a course, and she like her course was on like Whole Foods and how like Whole Foods help you like tap more into like your spirituality and like give you more energy, help you like get closer to God, stuff like that.
Yeah, let me. I'll make a Whole Foods course.
Ooh, what the TikTok with
Masculine,
it? Let's
just
go.
outdoors in the camp.
But she was also I'd seen on her Instagram she had also like changed in her Instagram bio Whole Foods coach for spiritual entrepreneurs. So I'm like, yo, we can leverage this, bro. And I'm like, I am trying to teach spiritual creators how to monetize their creativity through YouTube to become and be entrepreneurs, right? So it's like, yo, we could throw I want to throw the purposeful productivity course somewhere. Like I was thinking about making my own free community to throw the purposeful productivity course in to sell it as like its own course so people see how much value I have to offer them and then they want to come and join DRC, which is like my one-to-one time and more exclusive thing. So I hit up Aaron, I'm like, yo, Aaron, I know it's kind of early, but I got a proposal. A business opportunity, right? And I'm
Business.
like, yo, I think we would work really well together. Um, I think it would be really cool. Like we could leverage our audiences. I have more of a male audience. I imagine you have more of a female audience. We both have different things that we're trying to leverage and that we can help people with. And we're both about the same thing. We're both about helping people like live more in their purpose, helping people like spread that love and do what they love and like build a business off of that. Like that's what we're about. It's like, bro, why not come together and be about it together? Spread the love together.
So
I'm not, huh?
so you're gonna have like the funnel of the free community, and that's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
both of y'all.
Yeah,
And then is she gonna have her own paid community?
I'm not sure. I haven't talked to her about that yet. We're at the point now where it's like we have to figure out if we're gonna do it. So right now this is just a proposal, right? So I've
Right.
talked to her and she has to say she says she has to think about it. Um, so I'm like I'm all in on it. I'm like I
It
got
seems
the
like
idea
that's a
and like
good
I'm like
like.
God is telling me God is telling me this is the wave because I'm not gonna lie. You remember my video? God will bring you your people, bro. I don't know for some reason like I felt like God like brought Aaron into my life. So I'm like, it was something more than just like her commented on my YouTube or even just becoming my client. It was something more than that. You know what I mean? Potentially coming on my client. So I'm like, business opportunity. This definitely
Be
seems like
careful
what it
though.
was.
Be
I'm not
careful
gonna lie.
because
What's up?
biases and first impressions. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why like we're like right now this is like I said, this is like the proposal stage. So we're like she definitely said like obviously she has to think about it. We're gonna talk more. She says like she wants to meet up in person too to see if we like vibe well in person.
Oh, she's
Cause she actually
Georgia.
she lives in Georgia. Yeah, she does.
Crazy
Um,
Georgia. The Georgia clan is growing.
that's what I'm talking about, bro. This is what I'm. God will bring you your people, bro. So I'm like, yeah, dude. So I actually want to talk to you about it. Be like, yo, three-way, but obviously have to pitch that to her as well,
Yeah, sounds good. You have a bunch of opportunity. You got Wow Mom. You got her.
bro.
You got all
I've
of it.
always seen myself as like a connector of people,
A
like the
natural,
center of the web.
a natural
You know?
magnet.
Yeah, definitely. Like I've always been an attractor of multiple types of people because I cater to a lot of people, I feel like I'm just a people person, you know? Like I just love people. Like for real. I love to learn about people, I love to understand people, I love to hear people's stories. It's like connective.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, dog. But shit. Yo, actually, I wanted to talk about life setup a bit. We talked about it in the last video. But I actually wanted to talk about how I've kind of been trying to implement life setup more. So what I mean by that is like, so life setup is like kind of putting yourself into the position to live your ideal life, right? And so let's say like let's say I was trying to attract a woman, right, who like also runs a business, right? So I would probably want to be in spaces where business women are, right? So I could meet them. Okay, that makes sense. So I would like, yeah, let's say let's say I want to be a filmmaker. I'd probably want to go where other filmmakers are, which is why I want to move to New York City. um, let's say I want to be an entrepreneur. I want
Catering
to
with
learn
your
from other
environment,
people.
yeah,
That's why I want to move to New York. Life setup, right? I want to be
ecosystem.
somewhere where I have easy walkability and I can go places anywhere. I want to be able to just have access to a lot of people because I like having access to a lot of people. I like meeting new people. I like having a vast city that is crazy and I can explore. Um, so that's like one aspect of my life setup. But there's also like, what can you do now that's going to mirror what you're trying to do where you're trying to go? And so I'm trying to like, okay, how do I like almost, how do I start figuring out what my schedule could look like in a way? And what that like looks like is not necessarily my schedule because I'm not a schedule person, but it's
My
like, what are
boy,
my blocks and like, what are my levers, right? So, what are these things that I want to do every day? So, like, it's writing, it's learning, it's recording, it's walking, it's going on calls, because those are the things that are one, I really enjoy, two, are a part of my business, and three, really help me for like my creativity and are good for my health.
I have an idea for you. It's
What we
just
got?
you only have to do this once for this month. Perhaps get a rep and make a Atlanta vlog.
That would be fire, I'm not gonna lie. You know what's interesting? My dad has talked about dropping me in somewhere called I think it's called Atlantic Station.
Metro? Yeah,
I
that
don't
place is
Metro.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. He's talked about like just dropping me there for a day and just picking me up. Be like, hey, you just go do shit, and just so I can have the time of my life. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. And like, I was like, if I do that, I would super vlog that. So actually, I could talk to my dad about that. Yo? You
Gotta
want to meet me there? Yo,
grab the
dude,
camera.
fire.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Ooh, my my dad knows about traffic. He stays away.
fair
He
enough.
he had to okay. He had to drive 2.5 to 3 hours every single day for quite a couple years. So yeah,
Fair. That's fair, dog. I feel that.
but
But yeah. So that's definitely like if I do an Atlanta vlog, that would definitely be the wave. So honestly, if I get some money in my pockets, like the only reason I've been hesitant to that is because I don't have any money. If I get some more sales, you know what I mean?
wow,
I'll
mom,
definitely do that.
wow, mom, and you can join the
But you know what's
MacBook
interesting?
Live.
The only actually the thing with Lao Mom is that like it's in the very like beginner stage right now. It's like the I got in like the video I did for Lao Mom was like an intro video, kind of explaining like what Lao Mom is. Um, so like when I made that video, it was like still like the app hadn't been launched yet, so he wasn't pushing the brand yet. He wasn't trying to like get content out yet because he wasn't like doing stuff for real yet for it. But like now if Rich is trying to get active, if he's trying to get content now, if he's trying to get members now I can actually get behind that, especially because I actually have a platform. And if this is like, because Lao Mom has like, it has membership levels, and I don't have like something low ticket I'm selling, right? Like I
Hmm.
have like DRC right now, because DRC now is $97, and I'm not lowering it no more. I'm not gonna lower my 1-to-1 time anymore for that. Um, Also, I just think it's very viable. I definitely think it's worth it, and I think that what I'm delivering is worth it. So, ruthless entrepreneurship. Anyways, um, I don't have anything low ticket. But if I had something like low ticket that people would like know I would like associate it with, it was like, oh, this guy makes content for them, he does value for them. I get behind this stuff. Could probably get behind his high ticket. It could kind of be a part of my funnel. Kind
Have
of.
you thought about Smith
How
is
about it?
actually getting rid of his Discord server to make a $1 school community. And what I was thinking is like how you're already talking about a free school. that's when you get to warm people up. Like
Definitely.
it is the
Yeah.
proper conversion
Lead
rate.
nurture.
Yeah, and maybe like
Yeah.
schedule in a call or two every week,
Yeah, I'd probably do a weekly
answer
call in
questions,
there.
such.
That's what I would like. That's like the vision I'm thinking right now. So like you're basically like you come for the community. That's the value. The community is the value. The fact
Like-minded.
that like yeah, coming there for like-minded people, we get to share our lessons and share our wisdom together, our stories. We get to learn from each other, ask each other questions. That's awesome. Now, I'm also going to be giving you a weekly call. That's cool. Erin, she'll do whatever. I don't know. And then we'll have our other stuff, which is like our upsells, right? So it's like, hey,
Personal
you buy our stuff
communities
here,
where it
right? Which is
branches
like,
off.
yeah, so it's like our thing, or like our one-to-one time, or like our courses. Um, yeah. So that's the vision. So like
That's what I
the
was thinking
funnel would
about.
be
I
like
think that's
YouTube.
better.
Yeah, it is. Like I 100% agree.
Um, it's better than just like, let's say if you like combine forces with DRC, that wouldn't be good because you would have to raise the
Yeah,
value and that. So now
yeah,
you have two options of lower ticket. Maybe hers is like lower ticket or whatever, but that's just overall better conversions for all sides of the party.
yeah, exactly.
And people have more
Exactly.
access because yeah, it's a
100%.
win-win-win.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely the wave, bro. So I'm hyped, bro. I hope we can get that rocking within the next couple weeks. Honestly, that's definitely the hope.
You
Cause
have any
build, build,
homework for
build,
me?
build, build. Yeah, I mean, homework. How
Yeah.
my client doing?
Any specific videos from the course or something you think?
um. Oh, that you think? You think I should?
I watched a bit of one where you like actually talked a bit more on how that special talk with your father is really motivating you. So that was cool.
Yeah. Here, let me see. Let me go in here and see what we got on here. Um, let us. Let me. I'm gonna throw it up here. Let's see. I think. Hmm. These were actually pretty valuable. Focus and unlocking the flow state. What about the mindsets? Hmm. Expectations will forever plague you is a pretty good one too. I definitely say like, because like, do you have do you have something that you want? You have do you have an inkling of
Not
like,
necessarily.
hmm, okay.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like using your judgment. Do you think I should dabble with something?
Hmm. Well, so here's what I was doing. So actually, what's it called? I'm actually dropping, like basically, here, I'll show you. I'm basically dropping what I think is like the most valuable video, um, of each section of the course over the next 4 days. So I already dropped the first two. So I did, these two. So I actually redid the titles. Where are they? Oh yeah, how to be 10 times more productive and fulfilled. That's the purposeful productivity philosophy.
Hmm.
Um, so I think that one's really good. The block stopping your creativity from flowing. That is physical, mental, and spiritual blocks. So that one's very, very valuable. That one's basically about. That's actually very close to like what we were talking about earlier, like the anchors thing. So you could probably avoid that one. This one, hmm. I mean, creating valuable content was honestly pretty good. You could probably watch that one. Creating valuable content is a skill.
Okay.
I'd probably say that one. Yeah. This video was good actually. Productivity was actually good too. Productivity, the mental and physical.
So many reps to evaluate.
Yeah, man. There's so many videos, bro. 5.5 hours of content, bro. That's actually how long the journaling course was too. It's like 5 hours, 5.5 hours.
Crazy.
I think it's still unlisted on my channel. I might just drop it. I'm thinking about it. Might just drop it. Ugh.
Well, I need to consume and introspect and drop a video. And
All right, I got this call with Gary at 1. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
oh,
Yes, sir.
well,
This has been a good talk, bro. This has been a W episode of the Actualizationers. This will be up
episode
next week.
4.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it up in DRC right away though, because DRC gets them right away, but
Oh,
then YouTube is
100%.
gonna get them on a weekly schedule. I mean, all right, brother. I'm gonna catch you.
Yep. See you.
Deuces.